Hey guys, welcome to the Grio Live. I'm your host, Gerren Gaynor. We have a very special guest. She's an actress. You probably know her as Janine from Tyler Perry's House of Pain or from Housewives of Atlanta. But she's also a singer who has an LP coming out called Officially Yours. Please help us welcome Demetria McKinney to our studio. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You know, I've been watching your career for a while now, and to see the trajectory of your career has been amazing.
Thank you.
You're having a wonderful moment. Your face is like everywhere.
Yeah, we try to be.
And we're going to get into what you have for viewers, for listeners. But first I want to talk about your LP, Officially Yours, because people know you more so as an actress and maybe from Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
But you are an amazing, talented singer-songwriter as well.
You.
And Officially Yours is coming out October 6th, correct?
That's correct.
So tell us about the LP and what fans can expect to hear from you.
Well, I think that the album artwork kind of speaks for itself. I was very specific in being nude because I wanted to be as transparent about who I am as possible. I didn't want it to be about a bag, a shoe, a hairline, or whatever. You know, I wanted to be me, and I wanted to show all the different sides of me. I played so many different characters over the years. It's great that people have been rocking with that. But the stories that I'm telling through the songs on this album are my stories, are my feelings, you know, and it's not one-dimensional. We as women, we're kind of complicated. So whatever mode you in, ladies, there's something on there for you.
So what is your first love, if you had to say? Is it the music? Is it the acting?
Absolutely music. Music has been with me since I was born. From the first time I heard Whitney Houston, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Acting kind of took off, and I love that check. I love that check, honey.
Right.
You know, because the artistry struggle can be real for a while, but I wouldn't trade music in for anything.
Wow. So tell us about some of the music that we can expect to hear. Obviously, it's R&B, it's soulful.
Yeah.
We're going to show the viewers a little bit of Happy, your latest single, but give us a feel for what the sound is like.
The sound is soulful, you know, even in the trap moment that I have on there. It's just, it speaks to the levels of womanhood, and I own every bit of it. If I'm vulnerable, I own that. If I'm happy, I'm owning that. If I'm feeling like he is sextraordinary, honey, I know what he looks like naked. I need
That's
to
the title.
own
That's
that.
the name of the song, right?
Yes,
Sextraordinary. That's interesting.
Like when you find that best lover in your life. And then there's one called No, 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 where it's like, you know, these broads coming for me, but they need to calm down, you know? So it's definitely a celebration of womanhood, but you definitely also understand that whatever mode I'm in, it's very, very clear. Yeah.
Now, Happy. Happy is like, I mean, you sing your face off in the song.
Thank
it's
you.
so soulful. It's like perfectly timed throughout the track. Tell us about Happy, and did you write that song?
Actually, that was written by myself and a guy named Blanco. He is phenomenal. Blanco the Ear. Amazing vocalist, amazing songwriter, amazing performer. Travis Cherry on the actual track with production. And, you know, I wanted something that spoke to that super happy place you get into at the beginning of the relationship, you know, or even if it's kind of being rekindled. We get into so often the space where it's like, he sucks, he ain't that, or oh my gosh, the sex is amazing, you know, but we kind of forget that middle ground where you're just genuinely content in your soul, where you find that joyful spot, and that's what I wanted to capture with that.
Wow. Good lead-in. We're going to show you guys a little bit of Happy. Take a look.
With all of my heart, if we were to ever part, baby, at that point I know I would lose everything we had. I wish you well, worth my pride. I'm willing to pay the cost with my last dime. Like an occasional fool.
Did I hear those vocals? Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
You mentioned how Whitney Houston kind of inspired you, like inspired many singers, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I get a little Whitney Houston vibe in the video. Tell us about the treatment for the video.
The treatment for the video was, it's funny you hear that. I'm actually going to be playing Miss Whitney Houston in the upcoming biopic for Bobby Chris, and we had gone in for a reshoot. So I had to get back into the Whitney zone, and then I had to go back into the studio and do some more recording, and then I had to go back and do the video. So I don't think I'll ever be able to explain the feeling you get when you actually feel like you connect with a character the way that I feel like I connected with my muse. So it's an honor that you say that you see a little bit of her in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of you playing Whitney Houston, those are some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But you do it in the upcoming biopic, the Bobby Christina biopic for TV One. How did you prepare for Whitney? Because there have not been many, but there have been other portrayals of Whitney Houston. How did you get into what were your sources? Did you go watch interviews? Did you talk to anyone that was close to her to get a vibe of how she was?
All of the above, and I've been a fan since, like I said, since the beginning. So I had always watched her. I'd always paid attention to her mannerisms, the way she kind of moved, sung, lived. I watched a lot of the interviews. I watched a lot of the documentaries or whatever I could find. But then at the end of the day, I had to realize I was just never going to be prepared.
Right.
There's no way that you can really prepare to be an icon. And it was my first real time having to play somebody of that status. You know, I've had the opportunity to be Dina Jones. I've had the opportunity to play Miss Coretta Scott King, which was an amazing, amazing thing. You know, but with the way that Whitney changed my life without ever knowing my name and ever meeting me, the way she changed so many other people's lives, I really realized that as long as I could give people the inspiration or the essence of her, I did what I came to do. Especially with them letting me use my own voice on the actual movie. So there was a lot of pressure, still a lot of pressure, but as long as she's up there smiling, Chrissy's happy, and I can give people the essence, then I'm good.
And so people, we've seen a Whitney Houston biopic before. We've
Yes.
never seen one about Bobby Christina, and we know, unfortunately, both of them tragically died much too soon.
Right.
Why do you think it was important to tell Bobby Christina's story, and not in addition to Whitney's story?
Oh, wow. I felt like it was important to tell Bobby Chris's story, and I appreciated it because it's the story of millennials. It's not just about her per se. She is, unfortunately, the sacrificial lamb. We did lose her very young. We did lose her way before her time, but we don't have to lose the next. I'm a mother. My son is 18. At any given moment, he could have made some of the same choices. At any given moment, there's a young lady dealing with depression. There's a young lady dealing with drugs. There's a young lady dealing with relationships for the first time. There's kids going through, parents having a divorce. There's a lot of different things that are touched through this movie, and we try to approach it with as much sensitivity as possible because we do understand that these are real people that we're representing. So if you take Bobby Chris's name out, if you take Bobby Brown's name out, if you take Whitney Houston's name out, this is a speaking point for a family. This is a love story. This is a story about faith, hope, and we try to stay away from all the negativity. We understand that, we've seen that, but we want to get down to the humanity, that this could have happened to anybody, and it doesn't have to.
Yeah. And I know you can't give too much away about the biopic, but what can we expect to see in terms of the relationship between Whitney and Bobby Christina?
Whitney and Bobby?
Bobby Christina, the daughter.
Bobby and
yes.
Christina. You can see one of the greatest love stories ever told. I think that people underestimated the way that they loved each other, the way that they accepted each other, the way that they balanced each other, even in the midst of the imbalance. You know, at the end of the day, Whitney was the caged bird that sung, and the only person that recognized who she was versus what she was in her mind really boiled down to that little girl. And it's very evident that she felt that same way once her mother was gone. Yeah.
And I know you mentioned how you playing Whitney and then having to do music and shoot a video. I can imagine Whitney's spirit. You
there.
felt her throughout those transitions.
She
How was that
there.
experience?
It was humbling. It was spiritual. It was scary. We were maybe three, 4 weeks into filming, not even that long. And I woke up on a Saturday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I called my manager, and I was just bawling because I couldn't get her off me. And it was one thing to go up there thinking I was playing Whitney. When I first got the role, super excited. Yay! It's going to be awesome. It's been a dream. I get to tell her story. I thought I was going to be in the gowns, and it was going to be, yes, I'm doing my interviews, and I'm da-da-da-da-da. But I got to play Nippy. And I realized just how guilty I was. As much as I love and loved Whitney Houston, I never allowed her to make her choices. I never allowed her to be human. I never allowed her to be off. You know what I'm saying? So having her be there, having Chrissy be there, being in those spaces that they actually inhabited, having to do the transformation. I lost weight. I tanned. I put on teeth.
Lost weight? When did you
smoked.
gain weight?
Honey, I'm thick. You know, I did a lot because it meant a lot. That's actually a project I would have done had there not been any money. You know, because I really respected her, and she got me through more than she'll ever know. So just really paying attention to those things and really focusing in on what I felt her telling me was super important.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to see this biopic. But there has been pushback. I know, as you probably know, Bobby Christina's estate and Bobby Brown sued TV1. They don't want to see this biopic done or don't agree with it being done. What's your response, if at all, to that?
You know, I think it's unfortunate. For all involved, But as an actress, the only thing I can do is the work, try to do the best work possible. And if and when this comes out, I pray that people understand what the heart of it was. And they really do take the time to talk to our youth. We really do take the time to talk to our parents. You know, we really do take the time to reach out to those relationships that are kind of rocky and let go of what we don't need. You know, so to the family, to everybody, you know, this was all done out of love.
And continuing with the acting, I believe your role as Janine is being reprised almost on OWN. So tell us about your new venture that's coming to OWN.
The Pains is coming back. Tyler Perry heard everybody ask him, can we get this show back? Can we get this show back? So everybody's back. Everybody is the same. China Ann has grown up to be this beautiful, beautiful young lady. Doc is amazing. AP is still AP. You know, Cassie and LeVan are just as dumb as they've ever been, and Lance is just as chocolatey fine. So,
good to know.
So, you know, everybody's there, and it was so much love to just, it was like we just picked up where we left off. It was phenomenal, because it's not always that way. So when it comes back, you get introduced to some more characters that are going to be joining the Pain regime or regulations or whatever you want to call it. They're going to be joining the family. And it's just an extension of what you've already seen. Faith, family, love, and fun.
And there's more acting down the line, I believe. You was in Being Mary Jane. You're going to be on BT's The Quad. How do you keep it going? You're just everywhere now.
You know, when the iron gets hot, you sit and you fry in that joke as long as you can. I've been working at this for 10 years plus, music and acting. So there's been a lot that I've been wanting to do, trying to do. There's been a lot of roles that I feel like are just now starting to come to the forefront with a whole lot more meat and potatoes to them. So when the opportunities are coming, I'm thanking God, I'm going, I'm grateful, I'm getting that work as much as I can. You just do it.
Wow. And before our interview, I know you mentioned that people tend to think that you just this happened overnight. That this has been a 10-year journey to getting to this point, and you're still climbing.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that journey in the acting and in the music.
Well, the journey into the acting and into the music started before any of that. You know, like I said, I started with wanting to see Whitney Houston be Whitney Houston's protege, if I could. And the reason that was because I was in a situation where there was molestation, there's been homelessness, there has been living in the projects, there has been abuse by boyfriends, there's been a lot, and then to end as a single mother. So once my son was born, I was thinking, oh, that shit over. You know, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing, you know, because that's kind of how they peg you. But he actually gave me the drive I needed to really go out and pursue it for real. So the music has always been first, but with the acting and everything kind of rolling in the way that it's been, you know, I need people to understand that this isn't a journey for the faint of heart. It's not something that you just do because you say, you know what, I'm good at that. I'm going to go do, because it don't work that way. The money isn't always there. People don't always know your name. This ain't Cheers, honey. You know, so if you're going to do it, you have to do it because you have no other choice. And that is why I've been so persistent with it. Whether the money was there, whether people were rocking with me or not, it's always had to be for me.
Wow. Such perseverance. And I think that's something that many people, many of your fans especially, can learn from. What advice would you give to especially black women who are going after their goals and career, and despite the barriers that might be around them, but they still believe, but maybe they don't know how to push through? How do you push through?
You take ownership. You take ownership. We give too much away. We give people too many options. We accept too much negativity. We give too much negativity. Own yours. What's yours can never be taken as long as you understand what that is. And that's your mind, that's your heart, that's your soul, that's your spirit, that's your dream. Your dream is yours for a reason. If you don't take ownership of it, don't expect anything to happen.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, we have to wrap soon, but you're also a businesswoman. You have a beauty line. I think it's a DMK collection. Tell us about the DMK collection and how, I mean, I don't know how you do it. Acting, she's singing, and now you're also in the beauty world.
Yeah.
What's that about?
You know, I like to take baby steps into new ventures just to make sure I'm knowledgeable and I'm aware of what's happening. So the Demetria McKinney collection is a lip gloss collection. It started off with just some really pretty colors, everything from a nude to a red to a wine. And ever since the Easy video, when everybody was looking at that color on my lips, I was like, you know what? Let's go for that metallic too. So we have a whole gamut of colors coming out. I'm starting off with the lip glosses. As I see how I'm feeling with everything, you know, I'm gonna try to build a little bit more, but we've sold out. So we're actually getting more product in as we speak. So it's been a lot of fun working with that.
Wow.
And kudos to Selfie Cosmetics for coming and partnering with me.
Yes, that's awesome. And back to the music. Officially yours, October 6th.
October 6th.
Are we touring anytime soon?
We are trying to. However, God has been so good that I'm in another show. I'm in a show called Superstition, which stars myself, Robin, Brad James, Mario Van Peebles. And it's going to be on Sci-Fi. So we're filming all the way through November. On top of that, Saints and Sinners, which is on Bounce TV through Swirl Films, is coming back. So that film schedule is slated to start anytime now as well. So
I couldn't handle your schedule.
I'm so thankful. I'm so glad, you know. So as soon as I can and as much as I can, I will be on the road.
Wow. Well, you have a busy, jam-packed schedule moving forward. Thank you for finding some time for the Grio.
Thank you for bringing me in.
Yeah, and we can't wait to hear Officially Yours, October 6th. Thank you guys for viewing. Thank you for being here once again.
Thank you.
As always, Gerren Keith Gaynor with the Grio. Keep it locked.